Imagine waking up at 70 or even 80, holding the hand of the woman you've loved for decades. She looks at you with the same spark she had when you first met, expecting that same man who once made her heart race. But deep down, you fear time has taken away that fire, that strength, that intimacy. What if I told you that with something as simple as adding one natural powder to your morning coffee, you could revive not just your energy, but the very passion that once defined your love story? This isn't about chasing youth. It's about reclaiming connection, confidence, and the joy of being fully alive as a man. I'll reveal the name of that powerful powder in the middle of this video, so make sure you watch till the end and don't forget to like and subscribe. When we talk about men's vitality, especially beyond the age of 50, the conversation almost always circles back to one word: circulation. Why? Because the strength of a man, his confidence, and even the intimacy he shares with his partner all depend on how well his body moves blood through his system. Without strong circulation, energy levels drop, hormones become unbalanced, and yes, those moments of closeness become fewer and weaker. Now here is the beautiful truth. Nature has already designed solutions that don't come in synthetic pills or quick fix chemical treatments. There are natural compounds, powders derived from herbs, roots, and minerals that, when combined with something as simple as your morning coffee, can reignite the very fire you thought age had taken away. Think about it. Coffee is already a daily ritual for millions of men. It wakes you up, sharpens your mind, and sets the pace for the day. But what if that same cup could do more? What if, instead of just boosting your focus, it also nourished your blood vessels, strengthened your heart, and signaled your body to produce the testosterone that naturally declines with age? That one cup could become more than a habit. It could become a form of self-care, a silent yet powerful investment in your vitality. Here's the science behind it. As men age, the lining of the blood vessels, called the endothelium, becomes less responsive. This means blood doesn't flow as freely as it once did. That poor circulation doesn't just leave your hands and feet cold. It leaves your most intimate organ without the strength it once had. But powders like ginseng, maca root, or even beetroot are rich in compounds that open up those vessels, allowing oxygen, rich blood to flow where it is most needed. Coffee, acting as a natural stimulant, helps carry those nutrients deeper, faster, and more effectively into your system. The result, not just improved physical energy, but a transformation in how you feel as a man. You don't just walk taller. You look into your partner's eyes and feel the confidence of knowing that you can still give her your best. You rediscover the vitality that makes life feel adventurous again, even in your 60s, 70s, or 80s. When most people hear about men's vitality, they instantly think of strength, performance, or stamina. But let's pause for a moment and ask, what is the real purpose of all of that? Why does it matter if a man at 60, 70, or even 80 can still feel alive in his body? The answer is simple: because intimacy is not just about the body, it's about the bond. Think back to the earliest days of your love story, the way you held her hand, the way her smile could disarm you, and the way one simple touch could light up the room. That connection wasn't just about youth. It was about energy, presence, and the confidence of being able to meet her in that space of closeness. As the years go by, life's demands and the natural decline of the body can chip away at that fire. Suddenly, what was once effortless begins to feel distant. Many men retreat, not because they no longer love their partner, but because they fear they cannot be the man they once were. Here is where the power of this simple coffee ritual comes in. When you nourish your body with the right compounds, nutrients that restore circulation, balance hormones, and boost energy, you aren't just waking up your physical strength. You are waking up your confidence, your desire, and your ability to connect emotionally. You are saying to your partner, I am still here, I am still yours. Women are deeply intuitive. They can sense when a man has pulled back emotionally, and often that withdrawal comes from his own physical insecurities. But when you reclaim your vitality, something shifts, not only in your body, but in the way you show up. Suddenly, you laugh more, you reach for her hand more often, you lean in when she speaks, because you no longer feel burdened by the silent weight of inadequacy. Imagine being 75 and planning a romantic evening, not with hesitation, but with anticipation. Imagine your partner looking at you with surprise and delight because she feels the man she fell in love with is still alive in you. That is what this is truly about. The powder in your coffee is not just fueling your bloodstream. It is fueling your love story. It is reminding both of you that intimacy is not reserved for the young, but for the connected, the willing, and the alive. So, yes, this is educational. Yes, it is scientific. But it is also deeply emotional. Because at the end of the day, the goal isn't simply to perform it, is to love boldly, to connect fully, and to keep romance alive, no matter how many candles are on the birthday cake. Aging is something no man can escape. The hair turns gray, the body slows down, and the mirror begins to show a face lined with wisdom. But here's the truth that so many men forget. Aging does not mean the end of vitality, masculinity, or intimacy. The mistake is not in growing older. The mistake is in believing that passion and strength no longer belong to you once you cross a certain age. This is why I say be bold. Be willing to face the reality of where you are, but also be courageous enough to do something about it. Too many men hide behind excuses. I'm too old for this, or it's natural for my body to give up. But the truth is, what we call natural decline is often just nutritional neglect. The body still has the ability to regenerate, to circulate, to respond, if only we give it the right fuel. That's where the daily ritual of coffee comes in. Boldness isn't just about standing tall in front of others. It's about quietly making the decisions that restore your confidence when nobody is watching. Adding a natural powder to your coffee is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is saying, I value myself enough to fight for my energy, my confidence, and my connection. Think about what happens when a man takes this seriously. He doesn't just change his mornings, he changes his entire presence. He stops shrinking into the background of his own life. He begins to take his wife out to dinner again. He walks with purpose, and he looks his children and grandchildren in the eye with pride. Why? Because he knows he hasn't let himself go. He has chosen to remain alive, alert, and connected. And let's be honest here. Relationships thrive when both partners feel desired and appreciated. A woman doesn't stop wanting to be admired just because she is older. She doesn't stop wanting to feel her man's strength beside her. When you reclaim your vitality, you're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for the relationship, for the family, for the legacy of love you want to leave behind. So, yes, this message is bold, but it is bold because the stakes are high. This is about more than just performance. It's about your dignity, your confidence, your passion. It's about proving that 60, 70, or 80 is not the end of your story. It is a chapter waiting to be written with courage, connection, and vitality. And it all begins with one small decision, to put that powder in your coffee and choose to live, not just exist.